The OR token is not a security. The OR token is not a stock. It is a video game token and is used for in-game purchases in OR-supported websites, video games, and the OR-Forge NFT marketplace. No ownership guarantees a percentage of any ownership of OR Systems Inc., any video games, content, media productions, or other, until options are extended. OR Systems Inc. is a privately owned and operated organization that utilizes blockchain technologies and provides real-world value to the intrinsic video game currency. As such, please ensure you approach the OR token at your own discretion. No one involved in this video is a financial advisor.
What's up?
Hello, everybody.
All right, what's
Hey.
happening? How you guys doing?
What's
That,
going
that's
on?
you staring at, Eric, your phone. Once again, sorry, Armando is gonna take the week off again. He's going through some stuff, and we're behind him, and we love him to death, and we just want him to take care of what's important.
Yep.
Welcome to episode 42 of the Warrior Hour. Today we're gonna have some guests on, discussing a event that they're holding called a PODATHON. And it is an all-day podcast, marathon podcasts, all day long, centered around Star Wars, I'm gathering, which Eric, I'm sure, is okay with, for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So we're going to have these guys on to discuss a little bit about what they're going to do, what they're doing with their podcasts, and what they're doing for this PODATHON for charity, which should be pretty interesting. Especially for Eric. Look at him with his hat. I mean, obviously, come on.
I'm ready, man. I've been ready.
He might be
He's
on Team Jacob. I mean, who knows, man?
He's ready.
Hey.
He's ready. He's already ready to go here. Anyway, what's new, guys?
Not much. Just lots of grinding, lots of lining things up and resourcing and things of that nature. just taking a break to relax and catch everybody up on the show, and chill out, and put my feet up before we get back to it tomorrow.
I agree. Firm believers around here that you can't work yourself to death either, and your mental health is very important.
Absolutely.
Look at Eric, case in point. Eric, look at him.
I actually got sick last night too, so my voice is gonna sound.
Eric caught you got the COVID last night or something, huh? What'd you get?
No, I don't think it's COVID. I think it's just a cold. I hope it's not COVID.
Oh man,
Let's hope it's not, man. Yeah, it was not fun, man.
How about Sean? He was showing us something cool on his phone there. That was pretty interesting, wasn't it? I thought
It
was
was
cool.
neat. It was really cool.
Looks like the Or Spark app was on
Google
his phone. The phone app, the Or Spark phone app, the music player phone app, media player phone app was on his phone. And I got it sent to me, and now I have it on my phone. That's pretty cool. I just got to sign in and get myself a nice hot account, and I'll be ready to go. So we'll be on the lookout for that. We'll be advertising that very soon when that's ready to roll out for everybody.
That's it's readily available for the Android suite of phones. iOS is still in test flight.
Is it ready to go for Androids? Like we could say, hey, go here and get it?
As far as my understanding is, yes.
Okay. Check the Google store. Or Spark. Search for it.
That was cool, though. We got to hear a little bit of music right from his phone, right through.
It was just cool. It worked exactly how I expected it to work. I mean, it's not, pretty damn good, though, man. I'm pretty happy about that. If you guys didn't know, too, that we are doing staking now. If you have some OR tokens just laying around, you got a bag, you're just sitting on them, you want to do something with them? I don't know. Maybe go over to stakes.or-system.com and do something with it there. Take a peek around, see what tickles your fancy.
Yep.
Pretty cool, interesting thing to do with your OR tokens if you're just sitting around on them. All right, guys.
With the staking, it's really about a learning process. We're trying to feel out how that functions within our ecosystem as well. So we don't encourage any behaviors that's going to fall outside of your risk tolerance as an individual. So please do your own homework and figure out which opportunities are right for you and how you perceive the risk.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are not financial advisors, just remember that.
Yeah, that's the part I was getting around to. Long-winded wise, anyway.
He gave it to you the CEO style is what that is.
Yeah.
That's CEO style.
It's important to know, man.
Eric, what you nipping on there, Eric?
Water, man. I'm drinking a lot of water. Vitamin C.
Good boy. Anything we talk about the scavenger hunt? Huh? Anything going on with that?
Yeah, that's getting exciting. I'm starting to see some updates on that.
Yeah, we had to delay the minting of the 50 states a little bit. That's on me. I wanted to hold off until everything was aligned within the developmental and production, as well as just synchronizing with the operational cycle that we were trying to get into. I know it sounds long-winded for everything, but it didn't make any sense to rush to bring that out when we weren't ready for it. So that's on me. It'll be out probably tomorrow, late tomorrow evening. It didn't line up with the operation cycle, so we had to take care of a couple things ahead of that. But it's right around the corner, and we're trying to get the AR game out as quick as we can as well. I know everybody's really excited about it. It's gonna kind of change the way we're doing business. It syncs up with a lot of our other efforts that are going on in different places and different countries, to allude to a conversation that we'll be able to have a little bit down the road once some additional paperwork gets sorted out with some new stakeholders.
Very cool.
That's awesome, man. I'm excited myself.
Very cool. There's always something going on in the back over here.
Yep.
I mean, like Eric, we're the last to know.
I'm all right with
that's
that.
Okay, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
When it's ready to be told, then they tell us because we're like the little guys that can't keep secrets.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't
that's
know.
okay.
People have been asking for updates on everything, man. We're trying to make sure we're laying this foundation correctly. I know I say that a lot, but it is the truth.
And it's foundational, very much so. We never were trying to do this quick and get in and run or anything like that. It was meant to be this way. It was meant to go slow.
Well, it's new technology, so there's going to be some unexpected bumps in the road, and we're just trying to forecast the best we can with the timing and perceived or not perceived. I guess just we don't know what we're going to come into sometimes when we crack the bones on some of these games to integrate the NFTs. So we're just trying to be as conservative as we can with our estimates on the time. So I'd rather estimate long and deliver ahead of schedule than estimate short and deliver long on the schedule.
Makes
Ah,
sense.
Hey, what's up, Scott?
Who we
Oh,
got here?
sorry,
Who we
y'all.
got here? Who we got here?
That's all right. Well, welcome a little bit early, man.
Hey,
about
what's
this?
going on?
Nice, nice.
Scott, right off the bat, I'm gonna say that is a very cool. It looks like it's Frank Poole walking
what?
down the corridor on the
Oh.
Discovery of 2001.
Yes, of course. One of the
Am I
best
right?
films
Frank
of all
Poole?
time. Oh,
Very
of
cool.
course. Amazing scene. What an intense moment. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad to be here, y'all. This is fantastic. Oh, we got a figure. Here we go. Let's see what
Well,
this is.
not quite. Not quite. Hold on. I'm gonna have to.
Oh,
You can't see it,
sick.
Eric. Get an angle
Hold
around
on.
it.
I'm sorry, Eric. I'm afraid you
Yes.
can't do that.
I
Look at that.
can't do that, Dave.
That's sick.
Lucas,
wow.
we might as well just
Talk,
mute
but-
ourselves now and just forget
I know,
about it.
man.
It's over with.
Yeah.
Look, y'all, I'm excited to be here. I think Pete's also here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to barge in so abruptly.
No,
I
no,
clicked
no.
the join link and it just launched right in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now we've got the captain of the ship. He's out with some family emergencies, so we're just kind of running around with scissors in here
Hey.
until he gets back.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, as long as no one
Yeah.
gets hurt, right?
Yeah.
No, nobody's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
there's my
Hey.
partner.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How are you?
How are you,
Good.
sir?
Welcome.
I'm well, thank you. I'm well.
Thank you.
That is a beautiful collection behind you. That
Yeah.
Oh,
is-
thank you.
that is-
Thank you. I bought it with all Bitcoin. No, I didn't really. I don't even know what that is.
Hey, you tried.
I did. I tried. I don't know. How's it going, guys? Thank you so much for having Scotty and I. This is
Yeah.
this will be a fun time.
Oh,
It should be
absolutely.
fun. Yeah, Eric, our resident, as you can see from his collection up there, is our resident Star Wars guy.
That's beautiful.
That's awesome.
He's ready to talk about this, and this is a good cause you guys are fighting for sure.
Oh, thanks, man. It's been a long time coming in terms of how far it's gone. We started this 3 years ago, really, with a very small group of people, and we're 3 years later. Just we've got wild guests this time. I'm sure Pete could speak to it better than I can, but it's been an insane past couple of weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, we're coming down the home stretch for sure. So
That's awesome, man.
It's awesome, man. How did you guys partner up and start? How did you guys just find each other and just from the podcasting community? And
yeah,
just started
so
doing this?
Scotty probably tells the story better than I do, but I mean, and there's actually this really bizarre connection as well.
It's so
but
strange.
So Scotty and I are just both podcasters. We started our podcast around the same time back in 2019.
Yeah.
And we just, I don't know, somehow we just, how did we even connect in the first place,
What
Scotty?
ended up happening originally was I found your show and I was like, this is a great show. What is this? And Pete
And you
does
were
a-
right.
Yeah. No. But wait,
I was secretly hoping y'all were beefing or something, and it kind
No,
of
no.
bonded after that.
this is great. So I found Pete originally. He aired his first episode the weekend of Star Wars Celebration 2019, which is the big Star Wars convention they have. It's been every other year now due to COVID and stuff. But literally my podcast formed out of that convention, and I met my partner, my creative partner Jerry there, who I co-host the Bombad Cast with. But I found Around the Galaxy just by listening and seeing people on his show. All that being said, Pete and I, we've been close friends, I could say, since August of 2019. So it's been since then, and we had the privilege to work together on a network for a little while, and the network kind of disbanded at one point, and so we went our separate ways, but not creatively. But him and I always stayed a pact, and this podcast and this whole event we've been obviously promoting and getting off the ground has taken 3 years to make sure it is where it's at now. The first one was just me and Pete pretty much running the whole thing, and then it kind of grew the following year with getting other different people involved, and then we're at a third year and we've got 15 shows. And I'm not kidding when we say we have too many guests to fit in a 12-hour period at this point. Like, not a joke.
I have your lineup here. Let me throw your lineup here. The lineup's ridiculous. Yeah, there's like a lot of people. That's a long day.
That is a long day.
It is a long day.
It's a long day. Wow.
Yeah.
But there's a few S in there for sure. You're gonna have a good time. It's just gonna be a long day.
Well, it's funny. It's like the first couple of years we did it. It was literally like our biggest celebrity guest was who was it? I didn't remember the first.
It was
one of the authors, I think, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that was great, and we raised $2,500. And then last year things started to really take off. We had some bigger names, and then this year, with the addition of Ryan Johnson, that's sort of what kicked it off. Really got us going to another level. Alden Diaz from the show Octo Radio was able to make a connection as a result of this work that we're doing for Make-A-Wish. And once Ryan Johnson came on board, literally we have this is no joke. Last night I went to a concert and I got a text from Nick, who's one of our co-producers here, who's not on with us right now, but he's like, "Have you heard from Lucasfilm today?" I was like, "Should I have?" So I checked my phone. I'm standing outside in the rain at a concert, and I'm checking my phone, and it turns out there's another guest that asked to be on the show. So it's been phenomenal. We're so excited. It's as you were saying, the lineup is probably better than most regional Comic-Cons that might show up in your state, and the price of admission is free and just appealing to people to donate to Make-A-Wish. And not only that, for every $5 that people donate, they're also going to be entered into a raffle. So they have a chance to win things from Lucasfilm, from all the major publishers, from Denuo Novo, who make things like that hat that you're wearing, Eric, and things like that. And so there's a lot of great opportunities. And again, we always are very clear that at the end of the day, as cool as it is that we're going to be talking Star Wars for 14 hours with 15 celebrity guests, it's all about Make-A-Wish. It's all about doing what we can for Make-A-Wish. I didn't realize until recently that, for every one wish that's granted for a child, there's 3 that go unfunded. So the more we can bring in for this, the more wishes they can make happen for kids who really need it.
Yeah, I'm an actual recipient of a Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, really?
My son, the lymphatic cancer, and we went to Disney World with some of their help. Man, it's great organization.
Oh, amazing.
Really worthwhile. And ever since we've had the opportunity to kind of make contributions back, never miss the opportunity. I'll be looking for that with you guys as well.
Thanks,
Lucas. Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
These are the types of things our world needs now more than ever.
I agree.
This is we really do.
Don't we have some exclusive content or something, Jimmy?
Oh yeah, what's going on?
Eric, you're using a teaser game, man.
Yeah. Pete, do you have that clip pulled up, the Seth Green clip?
I got it ready to go.
They got it ready to go.
So
So,
got it yeah.
so Scotty, why don't you?
Yeah.
So before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about the lineup that we have for the day. And we're the featured headliners are Ryan Johnson, of course, who is the writer director of The Last Jedi, and Seth Green from, of course, Robot Chicken, Family Guy, so many things. But Scotty set it up. So Scotty, if you want to set up this clip, they can run it.
Very excited to tell y'all because when you get at someone like Seth Green, like I always felt like no matter, or any guest really, you want to do everything you can and get the best conversation out of them. And like I brought up, like you work with George Lucas directly, like you weren't, in the middle, like you weren't like hey, let's talk. It was literally, he was in the writer's room for those Robot Chicken specials. And that always blew my mind. Even as a kid, I'd watch these and I'd go, these weren't made out of spite. These were all made out of the love of the franchise. And you can tell, you would watch it and you would see how genuine the jokes would be. Like and I love Jar Jar. He's like my mascot for my podcast. Look, you can see him right here. Like I love Jar Jar. I grew up with Jar Jar. So like
he knows it. He gets beat up a lot. I agree.
My mic cut out. Sorry. So that being said, with that, like he didn't really make fun of Jar Jar like most people would have back then. So, like, I don't know. There's something to be said about Seth Green, but this clip is incredible. This is a clip that I believe it's the one right with George in it.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
I saw it. I had to. I didn't share it, but I had to watch it.
Awesome.
There's a famous behind-the-scenes clip of George telling someone that Mara Jade's not a part of the universe. You need to get out of here. Whatever. It's amazing. But
yeah, let him roll it.
Yeah, let's roll it.
We've always heard George is like really funny and stuff, right? But like to get a window into that, absolutely incredible.
Because I want as much context as possible, because I know this must have been a wild experience. So I'm gonna get this clip rolling right now, and oh, it's perfect.
As the creator of Mara Jade,
wait, I am not the creator of Mara Jade. And I want you to get out of this office right now.
I'm sorry, Zed.
No way.
You brought
it
on yourself.
I don't want you here.
I'm so sorry, George. I didn't think it would go like this.
Out.
Zed, I got your voucher.
Out! There.
I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry. We'll have him like burned and
I don't even know who that guy is.
Oh, how'd you pull that off? I need more context, because that, as a kid, when I saw that on the behind the scenes, I'm like, this is just unbelievable.
Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like, as kids getting to watch that must have been very funny. He, George is really cool. That's the short answer. Is George is very, very cool. We were having a lot of fun. Both making the specials and like getting to a point where we were working on detours. We were just having a lot of fun together. Yeah. And it was a time where I don't know that he'd gotten to have that kind of fun with Star Wars. And it was a kind of a magic moment, really, because he hadn't even come to the conclusion that he was going to sell the company. They hadn't come up with the idea, although he said that to us in one meeting. It's almost too much, but he threatened at one point that he had scripts for 7, 8, and 9, and we were all like, "I'm sorry, what did you say?" And he was like, "Hey, I wrote them. I wrote them. I don't even know if I'm ever going to share them with anybody." And we were like,
I couldn't even imagine.
We had to carry on. We carried on for years after that.
Yeah.
That's all good fun, right?
Yeah.
So there it is. Exclusive.
It's pretty awesome. The whole discussion's great. Look, that one snippet is what I'm very proud of, to say that I experienced that and got to talk about it. But like the whole discussion, it's super detailed. It's awesome. He's a great guest through and through.
He seems like a fun guy. Like he seems like he gets along with pretty much everybody,
Yeah. You know what's funny too? He's very personable in the sense of like, he went on longer than he should have, which is pretty wild. We allotted an hour time, and he went on for an hour 40. And Pete happened to be in the back of house the whole time we had that discussion. And like, we'll post the full interview probably after the event is over. But it's incredible. We talk about the New Orleans Saints because it's a whole thing. It's really awesome.
It's always interesting to talk to somebody who has been so close to George, and the stories that he tells. And I don't know if it's there's a whole story he tells about talking to Seth. We were talking before we went off. I don't know if it was while the clip was running or not, but this love of Jar Jar Binks and the way that, what comic relief means to a 10-year-old versus, a 30-year-old, which I was when the prequels came out, versus a 50-year-old who at the time was just like, that's not for me. But it's for that 10-year-old. So it's just really interesting to hear his perspective, especially because, as you all know, it's funny. You don't think about it until you expand beyond what you know him for. But then you think about, Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Family Guy and Austin Powers, and then all those other things he was in throughout his whole. I mean, he was a child actor, so he's been around forever. And his perspective of the business that comes out in the conversation that Scotty and Jerry have with him, which will be on PODATHON on September 17th, is really it's it's worth it. It's such a great
Oh, yeah.
interview. I was proud of my boy Scotty getting that interview done. That was great, man.
I just gotta throw one quick one out there. I completely forgot about this, but I used to watch the show. You guys probably remember it, Amazing Stories, and he's in one of my favorite ones.
Oh, that's right. Oh, really?
Like 7 years old or something. It's the one where the babysitter, she's some voodoo kind of lady, and she like these kids are trying to play pranks on her, this, that, and the other. But you go on a deep dive. He's in a couple old Atari commercials. There's like a lot of really cool stuff. Didn't even know.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my god, Seth Green was in that. So yeah.
The episode was called "The Sitter" from 1986.
Yeah,
I just pulled it right up. You said it, and as soon as you said it, I went there. I was like, "That's right." That was
great episode. Too.
It's weird because he's only 48, and he's like, "I've had a 40-year career in film," and I'm like, "That's." I mean, that's true. Since he was a little kid, and he talks about like doing Kenner commercials. I could see your collections in the back. Like he did those old Kenner Star Wars toy ads. I'm like, that is just.
That's crazy.
I couldn't imagine.
That's how old I am. So it's like I couldn't imagine being in the commercials for those toys when I was a kid.
As a little kid.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, he was wonderful. Y'all are gonna love it. If y'all like that snippet, the full thing is brilliant. And I barely do any work. I'm just like, hey, what do you think of this? And then boom, he delivered.
Well, that was the right question to ask too. Like you have people that have met George Lucas, then you have people that have worked with him, and I mean that would. How do you wrap your head around that?
Exactly, and like I've always been a fan of George's work, even if it's kind of weird and campy and strange. And George, very George Lucasy, but like that discussion with Seth, he's like, no, he looked at the nuance of everything, the nuance of humor. He goes to a part in the interview where he's like, yeah, George would like. We had to walk around and look at concept designs for certain characters for this show they were working on. And like, he's like, no, you got to look at them from this. Like, look at how much you can get out of that character, even if they're on screen for 2 seconds. Like, they need to catch someone's eye when they're watching it again. I'm like, whoa. Like, I never thought of filmmaking or any sort of creative, I guess, collaboration process in that way before. It's incredible.
Oh, case in point, Boba Fett, well, I mean, if you're going to go back to the holiday special, which I have on VHS, proudly. Well, Boba Fett was in Empire Strikes Back. All of I think they said it was less than a minute or a minute and a half or whatever when you add it all up, and it's like, but he was such an iconic character. He's one of my favorites too. I had that cardboard cutout at one time.
Right, it's beautiful.
I'm reminiscing the old days.
I guess we got to go with this then. Who is your guy's favorite Star Wars character? The hard question.
Right. That's a great question, though.
Is it the same as when you were a kid?
That's
a great question because that's changed.
Yeah.
Oh, I can go first, Pete, if you want me to.
Go ahead, Scotty. Yeah, let me
so, with all the new stuff coming out, I've been, we've all been privileged to watch like The Mandalorian. Even if you don't like some of the movies they've come out with, whatever it is, The Mandalorian is undoubtedly one of the greatest shows ever produced.
It's amazing.
It's perfect.
I love it.
And like Din Djarin and Grogu, right? You can see my baby Yoda in the back.
Yep.
That's it for me. Like, I never thought I needed that, That was as big as a twist as No, I Am Your Father. Like, who would have thought we'd get a new Yoda species, out of a TV show, nonetheless, like as a child, and like it changed the whole perspective of that whole show. So as a kid, I always liked Jango Fett because I was a prequel kid, but as an adult, I think it's so weird. It's a Mandalorian. It's that same, helmeted face. You put a little bit of yourself in a character like that because you can't, you don't see their face. It's mythic. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
That is one of the things about Star Wars. And one of the things, I think one of the reasons why I'm so attracted to the helmets is that the helmets, it cuts a figure, but you don't know anything else about it, right? And so my favorite character as a kid was probably Boba Fett because I had the action figure and not the $800,000 prototype one, but all the other ones that I could find. But I was a fan, and I think it's because we knew nothing about it. Because I was also a big fan of the old Western movies and stuff. My dad raised me on science fiction, horror, and Western movies, and I didn't know it as a 10-year-old that I was making that connection, but that's really what he was. But it's funny. I think my favorite character now, and it's a very strange choice, and I think a lot of people would be like, "What's the matter with that guy?" But I really like Orson Krennic from Rogue One.
Oh,
because
wow!
I think it's because we've all been in his shoes where he's just wants to be successful, and he just feels that abundance of pride, and it brings him down, right? That desire to make sure people know it's him. He's the one who did it. Got him killed, right? It was a bad, it was a bad face, right? But it's just a really interesting character arc to watch. And let's face it, the acting is phenomenal, and the character is great. So of the, I guess I would say not maybe my all-time favorite character, but of the modern Star Wars, Orson Krennic is among my favorites.
Interesting choices, and I see where you're coming from with the Western feel with Boba Fett. Like the less you knew about somebody, it was almost cooler,
Yeah,
the mystery is always fun,
So James, were you a fan of the Book of Boba Fett show?
I was, very much so.
Yeah.
And even seeing more about like this character, because I was a big fan when I was a kid for that same reason, is that you just didn't know a lot about him. He reminded me of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly gunslingers.
Yes.
Right? I mean, he really very much did. And I love those movies as a kid. So, the Book of Boba Fett just opened it up a little bit. And, I got to, like a lot of people are complaining, oh, you're not supposed to know this much about him. Well, I want to know about him that much as a 40-year-old man. I want to know what the hell was making him tick the whole time.
Yeah, what happened?
Yep. Sure.
And to find out that I was right the whole time is even better. You know what I mean? Like, I was right the whole time. Like everything that made him tick, I knew that's what made him tick. So I was like right the whole time. Like he's just trying to get his. You know what I mean? In a world where, in a universe where it's up for grabs.
Yeah.
So he was my favorite character too as a child. Almost he would be again simply because of the Book of Boba Fett, because it was really cool to watch that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and it's cool to watch what they're. I think there's inevitably, when you talk about Star Wars now, you end up talking a little bit about the fan base and some of the bad reputation at times, if you will, that kind of comes with it, because it's the loud voices that shout, right? And it comes from a place of impatience. It comes from a place of passion and impatience. So, for example, I understand that one of the challenges with Book of Boba Fett was the fact that 2 episodes were Mandalorian episodes, but they were great episodes. Yeah. But what's happening is they're building this lore, and it's more of a comic book world on screen. When you think about what's happening with the Disney Plus content, it's very much a comic book world where, I mean, if you guys are all around the same age, like us, and when you were comic books, you got your Spider-Man, and then the next month somebody shows up in the Spider-Man comic, you're like, how did this guy get in here? But it's cool because it's continuing that story. And if you just the other thing that's really interesting about Star Wars is you can't come in with your character maps and your expectations of science and logic. Star Wars is fun. And if you have fun with it, that's when you start to see, Scotty mentioned Star Wars Celebration. We were there together in California earlier this year. And you realize that as a community, the Star Wars fans, I mean, just the fact that you guys happen to be Star Wars fans on a completely different type of show than Scotty and I have, and we have this opportunity to talk. We found this middle ground to talk, which is what my show Around the Galaxy is all about, sort of finding that magic when 2 Star Wars fans meet for the first time. And that's why this PODATHON thing works, because of this community of Star Wars fans. So if people watching your show, people who are fans of your show, may not be the deep sweaty nerds that can tell you, what color the buttons are on Darth Vader's chest plate, that's cool. They don't need to. But if they're fans of Star Wars and want to hear Seth Green talk about his experience, or Ryan Johnson talk about what he loved about making The Last Jedi, or hear Shelby Young, who's going to be on my show, talking about doing I don't even know, we're going to be live, so I don't know what we're going to talk about. But she does a lot of the Lego voices. She does some other voiceovers and things like that.
Great.
If you're into the books, we have all that going on. But again, it's this community. You don't have to love all of it. But if you're a Star Wars fan, come in and hang out, make a donation. Like I said, for every $5 in the donations, you're going to be entered to win some cool stuff. So it's all going to that great cause. But it's because of this community is where I'm going with it. The fact that the 5 of us, if we all ran into each other at a bar and I saw your cool Darth Vader shirt, Eric, I'd be like, this guy's a fan. Let's talk. And
literally,
that's what happens with Star Wars. And that's what's so cool about it.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it does create like a fraternal environment. You can see somebody's pin on their lapel from across the bar and be like, I'm going to go chat that dude up.
Yep. literally, no matter what.
Hey, that's cool, man.
We got links in the description too. Anybody wanting to check out the PODATHON website, there's links in the description. You make a donation, please. We're going to take 2 minutes and gather our thoughts. We'll be right back.
Osiris Protocol. Osiris Protocol. Osiris Protocol. Osiris Protocol.
Forge greatness, this is what you need. Next level marketplace with the NFT. Music, podcasts, movies, and more. Crypto games, take it to the next level for sure. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. To my movie makers and musicians, time to level up. Bring your content, even all my game developers. We got movie streaming, music streaming, so you wanna be in the mix. This ain't no big production company. Over 25,000 or users, yes indeed. Only charging 2.3% sales fee. Own all your music, all your games, own your future. Set your own terms. This is how you do it. You need or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Or system, or system. If you buy the NFT, this is what you're missing. Let's go. Forge greatness. Woo.
Hey, we back with Scotty and Pete. How you guys doing?
Yep. Admittedly, I am eyeballing both Pete and Scotty's collection behind them. I see an Andor poster. I see the Battle Droid head, which I thought was, I think that's really cool.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you really got a lot of. I mean, man, that's
Eric's our resident Toys R Us kid.
Yes, he is.
Never grew up, man. That was a question I did want to ask, just a small little dinky question. But what was the first action figure you remember getting as a kid, or say your favorite action figure?
Wow, that's a brilliant question. I don't know if I could pinpoint the first one. I know I still have some from when I was growing up. I still got some over there, like posed that I had when I was growing up. But like, I remember having a big version of this. Hold on. The N1 Starfighter. I played with that constantly. Great design. I mean, obviously you see it show back up in the Book of Boba Fett, but like truly, I mean, that was one of the things I remember holding in my hand as a 5-year-old and being like, "Yep, it's Star Wars." So yeah, that's mine.
So the first year that I got, it was Christmas 1980 during The Empire Strikes Back, and I remember that was the year my dad got me all the Star Wars stuff, but for some reason the action figure, this is truly nerdy, and this will test all your nerdy levels as well. I remember the one that's most vivid in my head is the pilot for the twin pod cloud car.
Yep.
For some reason, he had that orange and yellow helmet, little glasses, and he was very skinny. So that's the one that I remember. Not my favorite, but it's definitely the one that I remember most. But
about that particular action figure, I always loved the color scheme with him. But I believe he came with a blaster, and then he had something else. I don't even know what it was.
I think it was binoculars, right?
Okay,
it's like the little. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was just I don't. Yeah, it was the little blaster too. I remember.
Yeah. I remember. My favorite. Speaking of bounty hunters, it was for me as a kid, and I remember where I was when I got him. I was sick. My mom, whatever. It was one of those like, oh, kid, if you feel feeling up, feeling icky, we're gonna get you something, make you feel better, get ice cream and whatever, which I couldn't even eat. But it was IG-88.
I knew it.
And the reason why I picked him because he was a cool-looking robot droid, and he came with two. He came with the rifle and the blaster.
Yes.
I just thought I was trying to think, what can I maximize? Not my money, but
he's a little bigger too than the other figures.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little bigger.
How do I maximize this? How do I make this buck stretch? I'm like, he comes with 2 guns. I'll take him. And that was it. You
got to respect that kid math back in the day.
I was gonna say that is good kid math.
Yeah.
And
they had a whole.
Well, adult drinks like 2 shots versus 1 beer, whatever.
Yeah, right. How do I get this buck stretch? Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's great.
Yeah.
That is
guys,
cool,
I still got this clip with Ryan. What do you guys say? Huh? What do you guys say?
Let's run it.
You guys want to run this steamy clip? Here we go.
Yes, please, by all means.
Let's check this clip out. Ryan Johnson, director of The Last Jedi.
Do you feel that you left it all out there with Star Wars? And I mean that on any level. Like, is there like I wish I had a Rodian in that scene, or I wish I had been a speeder. Like, are there little things that pop up in your mind, or are you like, if it's over, it's over, and it's great?
No, that's one thing I can say is that I put everything into a Star Wars movie I could possibly want in a Star Wars movie. And I feel like, I think that's why I ultimately, that's what kind of defines the experience for me looking back on it, and why I feel just really in a deep way just so thankful for it and so good about it. Is I feel like, for better or for worse, when I had my chance at the plate, I swung, and I feel like I was very lucky to get to be, the people at Disney and at Lucasfilm and Kathy Kennedy to like protect kind of the creative process, so that we could really go in and I could really do what I wanted. I felt like it's one thing I don't feel any regrets about or anything like that. It's just I feel like I did absolutely leave it on the table. But I also feel like a filmmaker should do that with every single movie they ever make. I feel like if you get to the end of the process and feel like you've still got some in the tank for the sequel, you've done the process wrong. I think you have to get to the end of every single movie and think, holy crap, how am I ever going to make another movie? Because I have no ideas left. I put them all into this.
Ooh, yeah, what we were just talking about there, Lucas. We were talking about what, the Ore Spark, right? The Ore Spark.
Yeah, that's a great clip, by the way. The one we just showed. That is an incredible clip.
Yeah, it's I can say this because it's not me doing the interview, and I can only say great things about Alden and the way he did this interview with Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson hasn't talked about Star Wars on video.
I don't think ever.
An hour.
Ever.
I mean, at least had a Star Wars conversation in the last 3 years or so. So, but what makes this great is what Alden doesn't just talk to him about. It's so funny. One of the things that we're very conscious of when we do our podcasts, and it's clear in our friends who are part of the PODATHON, the hardest thing when you have somebody like a Seth Green or a Ryan Johnson in front of you is to not turn into Chris Farley from Saturday Night Live talking to Paul McCartney and be like, remember that time in The Last Jedi when Ray did that thing? That was awesome. There's none of that. It's a great conversation. It's two people who understand story having a conversation about what what that clip there about how did you go about it, and the importance in other parts of the interview. He talks about the importance of legacy and just that sort of next level of question that you're not getting in every other Rian Johnson interview. And so it's a lot of fun, and again, kudos to Alden for putting together such a great interview and being able to snag him. And Make-A-Wish is of interest to Rian. We don't know his story, but he was eager something to do about it. Yeah, something about Make-A-Wish was important to him, and that's really fantastic.
I'm not joking. Less than 5 emails. It's all it took for that to get coordinated. And if y'all ever had to facilitate, like, even I'm a teacher. When I email with parents, it's more than 5 emails. Like, it's just it can never be this easy. And literally, his people got back in touch with them within like a day, and like it was all figured out. It was he must have an attachment with that charity. So that's
great.
Definitely gonna want to check out the Podathon, and it's on September 17th. Let me throw up that lineup again for you guys. Check that out.
It's huge.
Podathon.com.
There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's quite a long day, you guys. That's a long day, you guys. Okay.
So it's funny. It's like we've done 12-hour stuff like this before. It's not the time that makes us paranoid in any way. It's the coordination of people.
Yeah,
and y'all know. I mean, doing a stream like this is not a text away. It's kind of an act of God. If one person's not here, other people have to carry or
pull forward or slide back, and
literally,
And the first time we did it, it was 6 shows that we kind of rotated twice through, and now we have more shows than hours. And I mean, again, as I was saying before, standing at a concert yesterday, I was like going back and forth with these guys, like, all right, we're going to move this, we're going to push this here. This person really wants to be part of Podathon. We can't say no to her, so okay, we're going to bring her in for sure. And it was just, but it's been really interesting, and to kind of. One of the other things that's so great about working with Make-A-Wish is the donation link.
Yeah.
It goes directly to Make-A-Wish. So those dollars don't come through us. We never see a penny of it. It literally goes when you make your donation, which I'm sure you're doing right now as you're watching the show. You're so excited. You're going to thepodathon.com. You're making your donation. Though that link, that process is all with Make-A-Wish. It does not touch Podathon. It doesn't touch any of us. All we do is we get to tally it up, and I have access to the list of people who donated, so we can put you in a raffle to win cool stuff. But again, just hang out with us on the 17th for a full day of Star Wars stuff. Come in and out. It's like going to a top tier convention for free. You never have to get off your couch, and you get to hang out with some of the most amazing, and the shows that are there, guys. I gotta just sort of run through the list. I'm gonna forget a few, and I don't want to, but if you're a YouTube Star Wars person, Star Wars Explained. Alex and Molly Damon, they are there. We have Octo Radio, of course. We have Scotty with Bombadcast. We have Podcast of the Wills. Followers of the Force have Gary Whitta, who wrote Rogue One. He's going to be there. We have a brand new show which just started called What's Glup. They're going to be speaking to Mike Chen. We have Becca Benjamin and Tarkin's Top Shelf, which is an amazing, if you're into Star Wars books, you got to follow them. They have Kristen Baver, Pink Milk. Who else? I know I'm forgetting. Oh, Tatooine Sons, which is a father and his 2 sons. We have Father Son Galaxy, which is another father son combo.
You would be surprised how many creators
Podcast of the Wills. Oh,
I'm looking at it right now. This is insane.
It's a lot of people.
You guys are great. This is nuts.
So wedge that all into that limited finite amount of space, man. That's impressive.
And
it's going to be fun.
It's like when you coordinate an event like this, you're dealing with a lot of different personalities, a lot of different characters, really, if you look at it on a deeper level, like people's, approach to making this content and their questions behind it. Like, everyone has their own flavor. We made it as diverse as possible. We've got people of different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different, orientations. Like we got to make sure everyone gets a chance to get to hear their voice, because, it's obviously all for kids, but part of it too is like, if you love Star Wars, you'll, accept the differences that come with being a Star Wars fan. Like, look, like Pete and I have different opinions on certain movies, and we always will. That will never change, right? But the common ground is not what we dislike, it's what we like. And like, it's always important to make sure we, obviously harbor a place for that. And then, that's what we want. That's what we want out of creating content and being able to run this event. It's not easy. This is not easy at all. I don't stay up late doing this, but I can tell you this much. I'm a teacher on top of doing this, and I don't know what I'd like to do more. Teach or do this. I love it. I love what we're doing for this charity, but also it gives us something to look forward to. Like Pete hasn't done Pete has not done Around the Galaxy in almost 6 weeks, right?
That's
right?
true. That is true.
That's it. That's his,
Yep.
Look at his shirt. That's his personal show. He's been doing that show for almost 3 years. This is the longest break he's taken because it's all been dedicated towards getting this event done and as good as it can be. I mean, the eyes are on us. The eyes of Lucasfilm are literally like,
for sure.
Like they're like, hey, we're getting you these people. Let's see if y'all can deliver. So
It's your time to shine.
No pressure. No pressure.
No
Yeah,
pressure.
to me, that's your time to shine, man.
You're right.
Preparation is key to success,
and you
you'll
got
be
a hell
as
of a
successful
lineup.
as you want.
Yeah. Yep.
You do. Should be good. I'm hoping for the best for
Awesome.
you guys.
Well, thank you very much.
Appreciate
And,
having you guys on.
Oh, of course.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk about this, and good luck to you guys. And we will take you up on that offer to explain to us how blockchain and crypto works one day.
Yes.
All your
You'll help
collectibles, we'll put them on as NFTs.
There you
We'll get them all
go.
up
There we go.
It's no good.
Oh,
That's
Watto.
great. That was a great analogy, though, Jimmy. Republic credits, man. Jimmy knew that would get my ears ringing.
That's what the blockchain is basically. Republic credits. You're going to walk around with your Aura branded cool wallet that you can use with your crypto. You're going to slide it in a slot. 10,000 credits or tokens have been removed.
There you go.
You got your pink
Nice.
milk.
Yeah, but thank y'all so much for being on here, and thank you for helping contribute to the overall event. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much for your time this evening. We know,
Of course.
there's a million other things you could be doing, but we appreciate you coming on and sharing
this
your
was
story.
fun.
With
Oh,
us.
we're lucky. Thank y'all.
Let's keep it.
I gotta meet both of you in person, and I gotta see these rooms, man.
Yes.
I'm all about
Louisiana.
collecting helmets. I'm all about it, man.
If any of y'all are in Louisiana or near it, that's where I'm at. You let me know.
Funny, 'cause I told my wife, I go, yeah, we got a podcast tonight. It's gonna be Star Wars themed, and she rolled her eyes. She's like, oh my god. All right,
Eric, you got an invite, bud. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. I'll take it absolutely. This is probably not. This is obviously one of my favorites right now, man. This episode here, man.
And we knew that.
And for a great cause, too, man. That's huge.
Awesome.
Huge.
All right, gents.
boys.
Thanks again so much for coming on. We'll catch up with you guys post marathon and see how things went with you.
Hey,
Awesome.
that's great. I'm
That
down
would
to
be great.
stay bomb back,
Yeah,
y'all.
absolutely.
All right, guys. Take care.
Take care,
All right,
guys.
be good.
Cheers,
Ciao.
fellas.
What does CBGB stand for?
Country Bluegrass Blues.
We have a band.
You're gonna want to crank it.
Not very country.
This club's gonna be different.
This band is Talking Heads.
We're the Ramones.
We're the Jet Boys.
Patti Smith Crew. Lou Reed. I can't sleep on a mattress when bands are getting signed right and left. These kids have something to say. We really should listen.
So, Eric, did you have a good time with that? Because I knew that was
I
all for you.
absolutely did, man. That was awesome. Pete and Scotty, thank you guys so much. That week, you could tell that show could have went on for a couple more hours.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure that's how a lot of podcasts go, because it's like you and me talk, Eric. When we start talking about music, if we were to podcast that stuff, we'd probably go for an hour or 2 hours easily. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But
Not even really scratch the surface of what you want to talk about, you know?
No. But I'll tell you what, man. I mean, you throw Star Wars in the mix, and you're getting writers, directors involved in that, and then on top of it, it's all for Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah, it's a great cause too, and that's exactly why we did this show today, guys. If anybody's wondering, we just wanted to have a little fun.
Yep.
Our
Well,
motto's out.
to Make-A-Wish, it's like they deliver too. You know, you've seen the stories over and over again. They seem to really be involved and do what they say they're going to do, and that's what I love about it. So
absolutely,
yeah.
I mean, I can personally attest to the benefits of their benevolent help to help fulfill some childhood dreams. You know, really fine human beings all around.
That's awesome, man. I know I've said it before and I'll say it again, man. Now is the time we need any kind of positivity, good things happening in the world. And it's all Star Wars centric, man. How do you not love it, man?
Well, they hit the nail on the head with like the you know, the diversity. You know, not everybody that likes the same things as you thinks like you or has the same perspective, and to be you know, supportive enough of the fandom to listen to the way other people think about things and have differing opinions and stuff like that. That's okay, man.
And I feel that's kind of the way a lot of sci-fi is, though. Like a lot of science fiction, that's what makes it such a almost a human thing. Is that you see creatures from all corners of the universe coming together that don't necessarily see eye to eye, but for a common goal of doing maybe the right thing. You know what I mean? And I mean, it should be reflective on how we kind of run our society. Instead of, I mean, of course, everybody's those races and everything in those worlds, those sci-fi worlds, they do have where they come from, but when they all come together to work on a common goal, man, so much gets done, you know.
Yep.
It just goes to show, you know.
We can learn a lot from that.
Lucas, what do you want to talk about with the wallets, buddy?
Oh no! One thing we forgot to catch on the updates early on the show was we've been talking with Coolbit, and we're trying to get the Forge NFT marketplace brought into the app. So we're setting that to task. So the Forge should be part of the lineup in Coolbit's offerings on the application once we get all of that paperwork finalized. So that's really a neat opportunity if you have the app to get around and play around. There's a couple other NFT marketplaces on there as well. Same thing, you know, we always said if you buy $500 worth of PayPal transactional tokens, we'll put you a damn cool wallet in the mail.
Cool wallet.
And you can turn around and play with hopefully play with the Forge pretty soon in the app, which we're looking forward to. A big push to get everything on the handsets, from the Forge to OP, the AR platform, Spark. That's the next efforts that we're working towards. So again, you know, we appreciate everybody's patience and comments. We're doing our best to put forth the best or systems products that we can. We appreciate all of the feedback, all of the constructive feedback, good and bad. You know, please keep it coming.
We listen more than you know. I know I had a couple of people mention they don't feel we're always listening, but we are.
We're listening. Can't always just jump when you say oh hi, but we're listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't always say hi when you say jump, but we're listening, right? No, we're got a lot of things going on. You're gonna be surprised.
Also, the website too. There's another thing. I mean, there's tons of changes that are going on right now. So the website is up. You'll still hit a splash page that says, "Hey, we're transitioning to a more professional website." So please be patient with that. We'll get it back online as quick as we can. All in all the socials, we try to be as reactive as we can. So if you need any help, ping us. If it's productive, we'll have a conversation about it. If it's just you shouldas, then thank you for your comments. Other than that, man, that's about a wrap for me. Next, if you're out in LA, go MedV symposium they got tomorrow. Nick will be out there for that. Pop in out there and check on them. MedV's official token launch or token sale starts tomorrow.
It's MDDAO, right?
MDDAO, excuse me. The MedV token for MDDAO official token launches tomorrow. We'll get those the links for that posted in the socials. Really neat opportunity. I would suggest that you go look into it if you're into other token projects.
Yes.
Absolutely, man.
Very cool project too.
Yeah, for sure.
Spearheaded by our buddy, the OG.
Yeah.
We got to get him back.
Yeah, well, there's going to be more to follow with OG and some of those other relationships. We just can't really.
Yeah, we just can't talk about this all,
Can't get too deep into that right now because we're still,
red tape. We can't talk about
making
it all.
sure.
You know you want to know, but we can't talk about it all.
Yeah.
Still only been around 1 year. I'm just going
That's
to put
only
that
a
up.
year. Yeah, it's only been a year.
Yeah.
We ain't
You
even
got moved
started.
shaking.
Just wait. That's all I gotta say. All right, boys. What do you guys say?
I think that's a wrap.
I think
I'm
that's a
ready.
wrap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Armando,
Thank
we
you
missed
so
you,
much.
man. I hope you're doing okay out there. God bless you. and
Hurry
your
back,
family.
Armando.
Yeah.
Hurry back. We're waiting for you. We ain't going nowhere. We're doing the best we can without you, buddy.
I'm going to give a quick shout out because this is where I got the hat from. My buddy Dave from the 501st. They also do a lot of great events, a lot of great stuff for children. You know what I mean? For children's hospitals and that. So 501st, man, Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Nice.
Those are two organizations that are making things happen. You know,
Absolutely. Another shout out to Sean's charity, the SOS Fund, which is the Special Operations Solutions. Their website for donations is listed in my screensaver. We're going to try and bring a little bit of awareness to some veterans initiatives that we're working on as well at the close of every show. So if you're looking for an opportunity to support some gentlemen and ladies who go out and do some things above and beyond for special operations, log in, donate. $20 will go a long way. $100 will go even further.
Awesome.
I like to send a shout out to the bartender that's going to serve me my first drink tonight when I go shoot some pool. Here's to you.
All right, Jimmy.
I got pool league, so I got to go shoot some pool.
Nice.
But that's
Awesome.
okay. I'll win my game. I'm the only winner in my pool league so far last like 2 weeks. I hope they don't hear me say that. But yeah, I'm the only one that won both times. Oh, boy. And I'm not the best player. So with that said, yeah. All right, boys. Well, I guess I'll see you guys in the morning.
You got it, yeah.
For the call.
Absolutely.
Right? And get on the call and we'll do that.
Yeah. For sure.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for being patient. We're making
Thank you, community. We love your community. You know that.
Yeah,
Don't
thanks-
think we're
thanks for
turning our
tuning in.
backs on anybody.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Later.
Introducing the Cool Wallet Pro, an enhanced hardware wallet the size of your credit card. It packs the most sophisticated cold storage technology inside, giving you full control of your digital assets whenever, wherever you need it. Cool Wallet Pro connects offline to only your mobile device within a 10-meter distance, and requires you to physically confirm every transaction on your Cool Wallet Pro after checking transaction details for optimal security. Cool Wallet Pro is designed for the professional crypto user who needs more than just superior security in a hardware wallet. You can plug in directly to the world of DeFi, DEXs, and other dApps, allowing you to earn easy passive income from staking and DeFi on the best crypto blockchains. Through our extensive marketplace, you can trade, sell, and buy directly from trusted third parties, all within the Cool Wallet app. While staying anonymous, retaining data privacy, and avoiding trust risks. With Cool Wallet Pro, the key to your future is in your hands.